This week is all about macroeconomics and corporate earnings. Four of the largest companies on the entire planet are about to release their quarterly earnings in a matter of days. Along with tech companies, there are also industrial companies which are going to release their earnings. So this puts the Dow Jones Industrial and NASDAQ into direct competition with each other. And don't forget, we also have the geopolitical tensions and one of my favorite assets, gold, that bears the consequences of this corporate earnings and the macroeconomic data which is about to be released. Remember that the Fed was very clear about it, that since the inflation is under control, their attention is now moving from the price stability in the dual mandate into full employment. And this week we have JOLTS Job Openings, ADP non-farm employment, unemployment rate, non-farm employment, and PCE prices. So if you don't know anything about macroeconomics or corporate earnings, get your stop losses ready because it will be hit hard. Now, starting off with my favorite asset, gold. You can see on the charts that we have a clear channel with a resistance and a support. But before we continue, let's have a look on the open positions. So these positions, 3 positions, have been opened this morning. All signal and analysis was sent out to the Discord members. If you want to join the Alpha FX community, check the link below the video. Positions currently running in 100 pips. And the reason why I'm showing you, because I need to set the take profit levels. First take profit level is obviously going to be the previous low, and the last take profit level is going to be the bottom of this sideways moving channel. So TP1 at 27.30, 29, and as we go lower and lower, more profit will be taken. This sideways movement is a crystallization of the uncertainty which currently looming above the market. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we have bang on earnings season with some of the biggest tech companies reporting this week: Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, AMD, and Alphabet. Also, if you look in the economic calendar, you can see that we have a very quiet Monday. Tuesday, we have JOLTS Job Openings, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when the big data is hitting the markets. And because we don't have any data on Monday, this is why market is moving sideways. It's preparing for a bigger rally or a drop. And right in the middle of this channel with the top resistance and bottom support, you can see in the middle there is the daily and the weekly pivot. So what I'm expecting on gold is price to move within this range at the top on resistance, at the bottom support, but mostly come back to the median or average or mean, whatever you call it. It's the middle of this range. Most likely price is going to bounce up and down, but revert back to the mean. So this is why I'm taking profit at 100 pips right now. Now, as we get closer to the economic data in the calendar as well as the earnings, most likely price is going to levitate around 27.30 price area. And depending on the data and the quality of the earnings, price is going to react. Now, it's important to understand risk off and risk on in the markets. So for example, if there's going to be a good corporate earnings for the tech companies, most likely gold is going to sell off and money will flow into tech companies or indices. I like to trade NASDAQ because it's an index, so it's not individual stock. And because we're talking about the largest companies on the entire world, one company can move the whole index. The next one I'm going to talk about is US 30. Remember, it's not just 10 companies that are going to report this week. They're going to some very heavy names, for example, Caterpillar, which are about to release their earnings. So you need to understand the difference between Dow Jones Industrial and NASDAQ. Understand the composite, what company is made up, these indices, and whether it's volume weighted, price weighted, or how is the index calculated. So what I see on US 30 right now is that we have a very nice bearish market structure. And by the way, Dow Jones or US 30 is one of those very few assets which follows technical analysis. So we have the downward sending channel, price is creating lower highs and lower lows. The weekly pivot is just above this channel. So what I'm expecting is similar price action than before, is price just to look out from this channel but continued downward movement. You can see that I have a position in US 30 as well. Now this US 30 position was opened 1 week ago, 6 days, 7 days ago. And this was also shared in the VIP Discord channel. And position is currently running just under 500 pips. So if the bearish market to continue, what I'm expecting price to come up all the way to 42,500 and then continue selling off. So I'm going to set an alert when price reaches this target. I'm going to re-enter into another position and scale into the existing position. But it comes with an invalidation level. So if price goes above 42,650, this setup is completely invalid, and most likely what happened is we had a very positive earnings which helped to push US 30 out from this descending channel and from the bearish market structure. So this is why it's important you keep your eye on the technical analysis. But most important is the earnings, because it's not trend lines which drive the market, it's corporate earnings and macroeconomics. But under the further notice, follow this market structure and you should be fine. And the last thing I want to talk about is, of course, NASDAQ, where we're going to have the largest companies reporting in the entire planet. Now, I sent out this analysis for the members in Discord. Of course, it was full TP, almost full TP hit. I think it's 2 or 3 pips was missing from the full TP hit. But what I see is a bullish market structure as opposed to US 30, which is currently selling off. And because attention and focus is now shifting into the tech world, I'm expecting a new all-time high on NASDAQ pretty soon. So I'm going to move this one, but I'm expecting price on NASDAQ to pull back to the daily pivot, even down to the weekly pivot a little bit, just to close out the early buyers, and then continuation all the way to 21,000. Now for this to happen, we need some solid earnings, some really good earnings per share, and the most important is the forecast of these big tech companies for the future. What are they forecasting in terms of sales, demand, how they going to accommodate this demand with the supply? This is quite early to tell how the reports are going to come out, what the data is going to be, but if everything goes well and if we have some solid earnings, then NASDAQ has the potential to hit a new all-time high this week. Now, if you enjoyed the analysis, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget that I reopened the joining for the Alpha FX Academy, and you can join at a 50% discount, but the places are limited, so make sure to use the discount. It's all yours, and join the community. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck for this week. This is the Alpha FX.